Okay, let's just jump right in. It feels like every single week, right? There's this tidal wave of new gadgets, new phones, new headphones, new drones. It's just this constant flood that's frankly impossible to keep up with.
And hey, if you're feeling totally lost, like you're just drowning in press releases and product announcements, you are definitely not alone. It's like a full-time job just trying to figure out what's a real game changer and what's, just noise.
But don't you worry, that is exactly what we're here for. We've spent the week sifting through all that chaos to bring you a guide to the tech that is genuinely interesting and actually shaping what's coming next.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. We're going to start with some surprising trends in audio. Then we'll dive into what's happening in next-gen entertainment. After that, we'll look at the tech for smarter living, the stuff you use every day. And finally, we'll pull it all together and ask, what's the big picture here? Ready? Let's get into it.
First up, let's talk about audio. And what's so fascinating right now is that the biggest trends are pulling in two completely opposite directions at the same time.
Let's start with a real shocker. In a world of endless streaming, physical media and old-school designs are making a massive comeback. Maybe we're all just tired of the digital grind, but it really seems like we're craving a more tangible connection to our music.
And these new gadgets say it all. You've got FiO's new portable CD player, and it even has a transparent lid so you can watch the disc spin. How cool is that? Then there's not one but two Elvis-themed gadgets, a turntable that literally spells out his name in lights, and a portable cassette player that looks vintage but actually has modern Bluetooth.
But while one part of the industry is looking back, the other part is, well, it's launching into another galaxy. On the complete other end of the spectrum, you have this. $78,000 for a single pair of speakers. This shows there's a serious booming market for extreme luxury audio.
Now, that's all well and good for filling a room with sound, but what about the audio we carry around with us every single day? Well, the world of headphones is just as diverse. And the range here is just, wow, it covers literally every type of listener. On one end, you have a company like Final, famous for its sound, offering headphones for just $65. In the middle, you have SteelSeries, making audiophile-grade gear for serious gamers at $600. And then, at the very, very top, Estelle & Kern has in-ear monitors with a wild 12-driver system that'll set you back almost $4,000.
Okay, let's switch gears and move on to entertainment. Because here, we're seeing gadgets change not just how we play our games, but how we actually capture and see the world around us.
And a perfect example is Insta360's first ever drone, the Anti-Gravity A1. This thing uses two cameras to capture a complete 360-degree bubble of video all around it. It's the first drone in the world to do this in immersive 8K, and it comes with everything you need: goggles, controller, the whole shebang.
And just like we saw in audio, that nostalgia bug is a powerful force in gaming. But here, the past isn't just being brought back, it's being completely remastered for our huge high-def TVs. Now, the really key thing to get here is that the Analog 3D is not an emulator. Nope, it plays your actual original Nintendo 64 cartridges, but it outputs them in beautiful 4K. They even did a run of those iconic see-through Funtastic colors from the 90s. But you've got to be lightning fast, they sell out almost instantly.
All right, let's bring it back from the living room right into the palm of your hand. This section is all about our personal tech, which is getting more powerful and more woven into our lives than ever.
The smartphone battle is still raging, and it's all about smarter cameras. The next iPhone is rumored to get a new front camera that uses AI to automatically widen the shot when your friends jump in for a selfie. It might even let you record from the front and back cameras at the same time. Meanwhile, Google's upgrading its standard Pixel model to a triple camera system for the first time, all powered by its new custom chip.
But as the good old-fashioned smartphone gets more and more refined, some companies are asking a much bigger question. What if a phone didn't have to be just a phone?
Well, here's one possible answer. The Samsung Galaxy Z Trifold. Yes, Trifold. This is the company's first ever 3-panel phone. It can be a normal phone, or it can unfold into a massive 10-inch display. You can even run 3 different apps, one on each screen, all at the same time. This could be a huge leap for getting things done on the go.
And all this intelligence isn't just staying in our phones, it's coming for our homes too. Google just announced Gemini for Home, which puts its super powerful AI right into its smart speakers. The whole idea here is that talking to your assistant will feel less like giving commands and more like having a natural conversation.
So, we've looked at audio, entertainment, personal gadgets. What does it all add up to? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the major themes that are really defining tech this year.
When you boil it all down, 3 big themes pop up. First, the retro revival is undeniable. People want physical media and vintage style. Second, AI is just everywhere now. It's being baked into the core of the devices we use most. And third, that luxury hi-fi market is surging, proving that people are willing to pay a premium for top-tier gear.
And if I had to pick one thing to perfectly summarize the spirit of 2025 tech, it's this quote about a lantern that costs almost $5,000. It talks about an ancient flame captured in modern form, and honestly, that just nails it. That's the blend we're seeing everywhere, old-world feelings and brand-new tech.
So what's really clear is that innovation isn't just a straight line anymore. We're seeing this incredible split. The industry is celebrating the past with new cassette players while at the exact same time inventing a totally wild future with things like trifold phones.
It's a really fascinating time for technology, where the lines between what's old, what's new, and what's next are getting super blurry. It just leaves us with a huge question. Which of these gadgets will we all be using in 2026, and which ones are just a flash in the pan?